What's up, guys? Sleepz here with another episode of my journey to the Ultimate Team, and we start this episode off signing Consigle, an informed keeper for Atalanta, for a buy now of 24,750 coins, which was a fairly good buy because I've never seen him really on the market for under a buy now price of 30,000 coins. So I felt that was a fairly good price for him. I snatched him up, got him on the market. He was out of my formation, but I managed to get that 4-3-1-2 card for about 1,000 coins, 1,200 coins or something like that. Very cheap price, so he didn't cost me much. Got him for much less than he's actually worth. And I kind of just got him just because my old keeper was definitely good. He made plenty of great saves, and he seemed to play better than that 71 rating that he had. But I like to have at least one inform throughout this entire series. For each squads that I do, I like to have at least one inform by the time I'm done with it. And there aren't really that many good informed Silver Serie A players, so I just decided to go with this goalkeeper just because may as well have the best of the best in goals, because I didn't really have much else to work with. So he's in goal now, and we are in the Silver Regionals yet again with our Silver Serie A squad. The final episode with the Silver Serie A squad, if you did not know, I did announce that at the end of last episode. So we're looking to win this thing. And our first opponent here, if you did not see, he had like I think 8 of his players had attribute cards on them, and I'm just thinking like that's just crazy. I've never come across anybody who has that many attribute cards on that many players. It just seemed kind of like overkill with the attribute cards, but that kind of told me that this guy wasn't going to be that confident with his players. He felt he had to boost them all up. I don't know, maybe this guy was just preparing too much, and it proved not to matter because we beat him 4-0, and we advance to the quarterfinals fairly comfortably. El Kabir right there picking up man of the match. We pick ourselves up 754 coins, and we advance after El Shaarawy right here picked himself up an injury. I don't know, El Shaarawy seems to get injured for me a lot. Well, not too much, I guess, but I think this is like the 3rd or 4th time he gets injured, so I guess it's kind of getting annoying a little bit here, and it always seems to be an arm injury. So I had an arm injury healing +2 that I got in a silver pack, and I went out and bought a bronze healing card, and we move on to the quarterfinals, and we come across another Brazil squad, I guess you can say. He only had one person not from Liga de Brazil, which was that striker, which I believe is from the Sonata K League, and he looked like this guy was going to be a much better opponent. He had a bunch of good players, bunch of everybody in the correct formation, everybody in the correct position, so that shows he spent the coins to make this team good. And we get ourselves a goal right before halftime. Lazzari right there, very good finish, just flicking it into the corner. And then right here, Felipe Coutinho, attempted long shot, comes off of the post, and then in he goes, Pascato putting in the rebound. And quickly, before we really get too far into this episode, because I don't know if some of you have noticed, but the quality in these first 2 games is kind of I mean, it's not horrible, but it's just not as good as what you're used to seeing, I suppose. And so quickly I'll explain that. It's just because I had my PVR set on a lower setting, because I was attempting to live stream the other day, and it was unsuccessful. I guess my laptop just could not handle it, and in the process of tinkering with settings, I lowered the settings on my PVR just so I could reduce the stress on my CPU. So I lowered the settings and I forgot to set them back. So these first 2 games, you know, the quality isn't horrible, but it's just really not that great. So I fixed it by the semifinals, though. I realized that I had made a mistake and that the quality was not as high as it's supposed to be. So I apologize for that. And right here, as you can see, we're kind of destroying this guy, despite his team being a hell of a lot better than the guy that we played before this. We're winning 6-0. I think that was the 6th goal. And then El Shaarawy right here just completely kills the game off. And it's kind of funny the way this one goes in. Look at this. What a funny own goal. I was trying to do the, I think it's called the Yerpseth. I don't know if I'm completely butchering that name, but it's like where you do the fake Rabona and then you do the nice little fancy back heel. I would have messed it up anyway. I probably would have hit it off target based on the way he did the fake Rabona, but we get ourselves a goal through the own goal. Marcio Acevedo tackling it off of me and putting it into his own net. And we won that one fairly comfortably, and we move on now to the semifinals. Munoz there getting himself a man of the match. Did you guys see that? He got a 10 rating. Very good stuff from him. And we move on to the semis, and this guy right here, it's just one of those people that, well, you'll see. It's just, alright, really, I don't understand how you make it to the semifinals in a tournament. And listen, I wouldn't say that this guy was a bad player, but why would you go into a tournament? You know, first off, how did he make it with a team like this? I really don't know. So I was really expecting this guy to be a good player, because I'm like, wow, this guy made it to the semis, and his team looks like absolute crap. But after I scored, I think, like 2 goals, it's just one of those people that just decided to stop playing. I guess that's just the thing to do nowadays. And I'm thinking, like, normally when you play tournament players, they'll just kind of like grind it out. Even if they're losing, they won't really rage quit all that much, and they'll try their best to get back in it. But after I scored that goal there with El Shaarawy, he stopped playing. And actually, this is a game where my PVR skipped one of the goals, but it doesn't really matter that it skipped it, because fortunately it skipped in this game where this guy just decided to stop playing rather than in another game. So this game he's not playing. I'm just putting in the goals, trying to get my max goal bonus. And then after that, I just kept the ball in my half just so I didn't waste any of my players' fitness. That way I wouldn't have to play a fitness game between this one and the finals, and I could just go straight into the finals. So that guy stopped playing. We won that one 5-0 very easily, and we're in the finals, ready to take it on and hopefully come out with some silverware here. And I don't know what it is, but every time I make it to a final, I come across a team with 3 in the back, and that worries me. You know, a lot of people sit there and be like, you know, it could be weak defensively in that, but if they're playing 3 at the back and they made it to the final, it's because they know what they are doing. So we come across an all-silver Bundesliga squad in a 3-5-2. 3-5-2 seems to be a fairly popular formation, I guess because of the center defensive mids and the 3 center backs there. But this guy was a very good player. You know, it was a tough match, but we get ourselves a goal here. We cross that in. El Shaarawy gets on the end of that cross and heads it home, and then he gets himself a goal that is identical to the one I just scored. I mean, identical down to every last detail. The way the defenders moved, the way the header was scored, he gets himself an identical goal, and it's 1-1. And we are pushing for that winner. And after this, you know, I believe in the last Silver Regionals I won, I changed the formation to a 4-3-3, and that's what I did here. I didn't show it this time. I forgot. I just simply forgot to do it. But I changed to a 4-3-3, and then again, almost immediately, I scored myself a goal. Pascato right there, letting it run through his legs, and then look at the width in the game, in the play. It just completely messes them up. If you're having trouble with somebody who's playing 3 at the back, I strongly advise you play a formation with wingers, and it really does pay off, because once I did that, I got myself 2 quick goals, and then he did get himself one there. You know, good play. I thought that guy would have been offside. He wasn't, and he gets himself a goal. But you add width to your play when you come across these teams with 3 at the back, and it really does pay off. And right here, I'm kind of trying to kill the time, just kill the clock off. But I was gonna cross it in if I saw somebody in the box. I saw Ibarbo making a run in the box, though, and I just knew I had to pass it to him. I had to cross it in rather. And Ibarbo, sure enough, connected with the cross and completely killed the game off. He gave us a 2-goal lead in the 88th minute. There was no way this guy was going to come back, and that confirmed our win. So we win the Silver Regionals again. That's a good way to end off the Silver Serie A. We end it nice and strong with a cup win. And as you saw right there, I changed the formation to a 4-3-3. I'm telling you, it works. It works so great when you come across these teams with 3 at the back. They just cannot handle the width. So that's going to be it. As far as what I'm going to do from here, I'm not really too sure, and I told you guys that I was going to announce it this episode, but I'm sorry, but I'm not. But you will know in the next episode of this series. I have a couple ideas in my mind. One of them being the Russian League. You know, I've never really tried the informs in the Russian League or some of the better players, and I do have a Russian League team already, so I would have a starting 11 already. So I might go in and kind of just build off of that team, and then after that, I was planning on selling everything I had and just making an extremely amazing ultimate team. So yeah, I'll tell you guys at next episode. You guys will find out what I plan to do. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please leave me a like, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.